And welcome back to Top Dogs, where we're going to be talking our experiences, our adventures, and our random encounters on FWA, or quote-unquote Furry Week in Atlanta 2023. Holy crap. It's been a long week. I'm still recovering from it.
What a week. Well, I think I got back to normal.
I want another drink.
Yeah.
You want another drink?
Yeah, one other drink Arden made for us. That one was delicious and it got me immediately destroyed.
I want another one too. I really like mine. He posted the video of yours already, so he's probably going to do mine and then Whiplash afterwards, or other way around, I don't know. But
yeah, it was pretty cool. That video did pretty well. My name is FictionBoi.
I'm ArcaDad.
And I'm Whiplash Wolf.
And today we're going to be talking about our experiences with FWA, starting now. So I would say definitely the fun part was the travel for me. And I'm not sure about I'm not sure you took a plane or you drove.
No, we drove, but it's only 4 hours from us, so it's not like much of a trip.
Oh, yeah? Do you want us to explain to you what we did, like, during our arrival at FWA?
Oh, I'm sure you guys had fun.
Oh my god, it started off bad. I can tell you that.
It didn't start off that bad.
Oh, on my end it did. It did. But when we arrived at FWA, but before that it was okay. But go ahead. Sorry, I'm probably scared.
So when we were making our way to FWA, this was technically the first time I think there was what we did is it was me, you, your husband, Coltyn, and Xavier all around for this trip.
Yep.
And it was a cool idea where you and Coltyn decided that, or I'm not sure if it was you that decided to use a range extender to communicate to the car.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So we decided, I proposed the idea of using some Baofeng UV5R radios and external antennas that we put on the roof of our cars so that we were able to communicate on the highway. I was the lead car most of the time, and I would tell Coltyn, okay, we're taking this exit, we're doing this and that, and he would actually follow me along. And when people were tailgating his butt, I would actually move to the side, and he would follow me, let the car pass, and then I will merge. So I was always thinking about Coltyn in the back. But the fact that we could communicate, it's like, oh, okay, you guys are hungry? Yeah, all right, let's take this exit. And I had ways going on, so if I saw there was police ahead, I would warn them in the back to make sure that everybody didn't get off a ticket. So yeah, sometimes the car rides are long, and sometimes you forget about your speed, so it's good to have that to remind us.
I do wanted to mention when we were going to get lunch, this was and he's never had it before, Whiplash, and we've had it down in the South. He's never had cookout before. So this was his first time having cookout. You know how cheap that is.
It's ridiculous how cheap it is. It's very good as well. I wish we had that here in Canada.
$4 for a whole meal.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Cajun chicken is probably one of my favorite, and those cheese bites were absolutely.
You know what?
Really like them.
I don't actually think I have a cookout where I live at.
You've been there before, though.
I might have been there before. It's been a minute, but I have been. I don't have them where I live at. I only have a Raising Cane's near me. It's about the biggest thing I got.
It was, and this is when disaster happened. Is when we got to Atlanta, and Coltyn did not think this through. But when we got to the location and Stream was pulling up into the Hyatt building, Coltyn immediately thought, we didn't think this through.
Yeah,
he should have came to the Hilton.
Yeah, so there was a bit of a misunderstanding. So what happened is I kind of waited too long before booking my hotel because I thought I was not, because for me it's 20 hours to get there, driving from Montreal all the way to Georgia, Atlanta. So it's a long car ride. I wasn't expected to do it, and financially we're really struggling, my husband and I. So I was like, there's no way, because I made the budget and I was estimating a cost about $2,000 to $3,000 Canadian to get there for the whole weekend. including lost wages, traveling time, and a bunch of things. I wasn't able to have Saturday, so I asked Koltyn if I could stay in his room, and he said yes. And I thought he was in the Hyatt, but he was in the Hilton. So when he passed me by, he's like, "Okay, well, we're going to the Hilton." I was like, "Okay, so I'll park the car there, and then I'll move my stuff over there." And then my husband was like, "What the hell are you doing? We're sleeping at the Hilton. Why are you parking here at the Hyatt and make us travel with all your luggage?" Because I had a lot of stuff with me. I had the equipment for the Top Dogs party. I have the equipment for Stream's Toys party. I had like sleeping bag because I was gonna sleep like at Koltyn with the mattress, the pillows, and everything. So I had a lot of gear and 2 fursuits. So and stage equipment, light equipment. So I had a lot of stuff. So my husband, like, we started off bad, but then I realized, yeah, that's stupid. So I repacked everything, went to the Hilton, and then we dropped off everything. And then from there it started being good. So it was a bad start where I was really stressed out and running because we had a recording like in an hour or 2, and we had to get our rooms ready before that. So it was a big amount of stress, but we actually managed to get through. And after that, the whole weekend went splendid. I loved every minute of it. It was absolutely amazing. I don't regret it any second.
Yeah.
So, sorry, my leg died.
I actually think one of my trackers died. I can't use it anymore. It won't connect. Or turn on, actually.
I'm gonna scoot over real quick to see if that would help. But yeah,
see, so I could have told you guys what to do. That was like my 7th or 8th year. I can't remember anymore.
That was your 7th, at least.
At least 7th. I'm not sure if it was 8th. I can't remember. I know I went back at 14. It might be 8.
So I know when we got there, you were already having fun inside the convention. You were already fursuiting. So we did not know what he was up to. We couldn't even find him. But from my perspective, when we were struggling getting you in here, I know Koltyn had to go get our room ready to be available. So he was in line. I had to help get our stuff out with Xavier. And then you came by, you know, telling me that you guys are coming this way. Panicking, and you're like...
Yeah, I was panicking.
And then you're like, "Can you help me pull out my stuff? Because I need to go park very quickly." I'm like, "Oh my god, I had to take out 2 loads." Not those loads, by the way. You degenerates.
You're opening doors right now.
I see what you're doing, Sakura. Don't do that.
Yeah, but so for the traveling, what I ended up doing is I traveled from Montreal all the way to Maryland, where Koltyn and Fiction live. And that was about 9.5 hours. I slept there. And then the next morning we left at 6 o'clock and we arrived at Georgia, Atlanta about 4:05. And there wasn't too much traffic, actually. It ended up going really well. And going back home, we did the same thing around. So I went back to Koltyn and Fiction and slept there. And then I drove the rest of the way home. Though my husband took a plane flight because he had an event the next morning. So he could not do the car ride. So that ended up creating extra costs that are not going to be problematic next year. It was a last minute thing, but there's definitely things that, you know, when you look at a con and you prepare for stuff, there's information that you've overlooked that you don't even know unless you're there, because you don't think about asking questions, such as dealing with an elevator con in the Marriott and the Hyatt, the Hilton. I will spend 5 to 30 minutes in those goddamn elevators, but the Hyatt in the International Tower, no waiting line. The only thing that was problematic is that for the parties, in order to use those elevators, you needed a room key. But there's somewhat traffic going on, so it's easy to just piggyback right behind somebody that has their key to go back to the elevator. I thought it was going to be a problem, but turns out to be a really good thing. So if I needed to go on the con floor and come back really quickly, I didn't have to estimate an extra 15 to 30 minutes to go back to my room because of the elevators being saturated with people. So honestly, to me, the Hyatt was my best. I'm really glad I went to the Hyatt, as the rooms were big, comfortable, elevators were not cluttered.
Even though you and I were struggling. Go ahead, Whiplash.
Oh, I was on the 4th floor. But It's always been elevator con at the Marriott ever since they've been there in 2015. There's just been no in regards of like easiness of access on the elevators, but it's much like FWA is much bigger than it was last year. Like it gained 30% more people than last year, which is ridiculous amount of people for con. But hey, I'm glad it's just doing good.
10,000 attendees was recorded.
10,000.
Yeah, last year was 7,400.
That is my biggest con ever. Here's the other thing: I haven't been to a convention for 5 years, and when I saw the bill, my credit card at the end of the trip, I understood why. Though the Streams Toys party really helped me out to recover some of the funds. And I gotta give a shout out to Timmy Otters for sponsoring part of the trip of Streams Toys to the con, because he did provide a bit of money to help me pay for the bills. I had to get car repairs done because otherwise I wouldn't have made it. So a big shout out to him. Go follow him because he's absolutely a wonderful person. He does a lot of thirst traps on TikTok, but as a person, one-on-one,
we do too.
Such a legit,
yes,
such a good, positive energy. Really good guy. Really.
So
yeah.
we do a lot
for sure.
Oh yeah, he is very much a good beam. But when we got there, that was only the beginning of our problems. We're just getting in and getting our card key.
Oh,
the first thing.
Oh, well, that's right. That's right. You guys were at the Hyatt, or not?
The Hilton.
No, or Hilton.
We were at the Hilton.
No one.
Hyatt for me, checking in, checking out, 2 minutes. Both like literally a minute 30 to check in and 30 seconds to check out.
Oh, I wasn't even gonna. I was saying that was not. This was. Let me tell you this. This was only the beginning of our problems. By the time when we got to like our room, and we were like, you know what? Let's go get registration. We saw the line. And and we had an hour.
Was absolutely ridiculous.
It was ridiculous because we knew at that point we were not going to make our panel if we stay in this line. So, to the grace of Koltyn, who actually was considering the team, he went up to the people like, "Hey, we do not have our registration, but we do have a panel at this time," and he was there to make sure that we got in without needing registration. So thank you, Koltyn, for that.
You have something. So what I've been doing ever since like 2018, 2017, when it comes to FWA, because it's been getting bigger over the years. It wasn't as bad back in 2014. It was like, I think 4,000, 3,500 people back then. Not too much.
Still a lot for me.
It is. But what I recommend doing... I mean, it's second behind MFF now. It's ridiculous. But what I recommend is what me and my friends have been doing, and it's been always a blessing and just always the best way to go about it, if you can do it. We get up there the day prior to the con starting. I do that with all my cons because everyone gets there on the day the con starts. So what that does is create traffic, especially when it comes to registration for your hotel or for your actual badge. And on Wednesdays, maybe like 5%, 10% of the furries come, depending on what con you go to. And FWA, it was only like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 5% that time. I was able to get in line, get my room, and get out of line pretty quickly. But that day, like when they got there, it started getting busy at the Marriott, like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in registration line. The line was longer than the registration line for the badges to get your con badge.
Oh, yeah.
And people waited longer getting their room than actually getting the badge. It is, I just recommend doing it the day prior if you can. Or, yeah, actually, to me, that's the best idea. Getting there on Wednesday instead of Thursday. Because on Thursday, you can't check in until you can check in whenever. You just don't get your room until about 2 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So you're just sitting there in the lobby just with your luggage.
Well, here's the thing. The Hyatt actually, I think, is a much better solution because the Hyatt, I had my room on Friday at 4 o'clock. But what you can do is you can do a digital check-in, and they will tell you exactly the time your room is ready. So when you walk up to the desk, it's like, I have this room. This is my name. They're like, okay, here's your card. Have a good night. That's it. Literally 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing.
Still recommend coming in.
Really happy about it.
We were discussing whether or not we were going to come in. Yeah, we were discussing and whether or not we were gonna next year, we're gonna come in a little bit earlier next time, and probably getting up earlier because we took too many breaks on our trip to Atlanta.
Well, we kind of have to. Again. And 9 hours of driving is long, man. And I would drink a lot of liquid, so I had to pee all the time. So it was like gas pause, then we eat, then another gas pause, and then we eat. And we kept on going like that, which does take a bit more time. But I mean, a 10-minute stop is not the end of the world. It's just eating. You have to make it short and quick. But usually our eating stop for about 30 to 45 minutes, which is not bad when you're in a group. When you're alone, you can do it quicker. But for a group, 30 minutes is actually not bad.
I still say come Wednesday regardless, which even if you do Hilton, Hyatt, or the Marriott, because
probably gonna do that,
it's just less stress because yes, you do pay for another night and it's not con rate. It is more expensive regardless which one you go to. Marriott was $333.
For $20-$30, I just don't care. Honestly, I'll just pay it. But I took Wednesday off. It's just I had to spend a whole day traveling to get to Coltyn and Fiction, and then it was Thursday, then we were driving all the way to the cons.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we should start focusing more on what happened at the con, actually. What we did, how it go, how the panels...
Okay, yes. So when we had to do our thing, which is our first panel, we were, and I'll be honest with you, we were still stressed out about what we were just explaining. So even though we had to put on our smiles, we were so tired when we did our first panel, but we still pulled it off pretty well, which I'm very happy about. The outcome. The outcome was not what we expected, and that many people showed up the way they did. We had zero expectations, and this is what made the experience better because it almost filled the entire room. So thank you to everybody that has been watching us, supporting us, and attending to our panel. And hopefully it will be bigger next year. We're counting on it at least.
Yeah.
Which thank you.
So I mean, if we almost had a full room and it's only been a year we've been doing Top Dogs and a partial room, if we do twice as good this year, I'm expecting twice as many people at the con, so I'm guessing next year we should probably tell you guys to plan ahead and save your spot and get in line probably. But the moment I sat down and we started the episode, sorry, Jed is literally in my face right now. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be great. I'm excited for this. I wasn't expecting anything, and I literally got impressed the whole time. The whole con, I had no expectations. I'm like, I'm going there. Nobody recognizes me. That's it. This is what I'm expecting. And I ended up having
not turn out that way.
Nope. Mm-hmm. I had at least 15 people that came up to me and said, "Oh, you stream ArcaDad, blah blah blah." They mostly recognized because of the arm, which I was wearing on my fursuit. And then when I was doing the episodes or I was walking on the con floor, I would actually take my arm off my fursuit and wear it with my plaid shirt, and I had my badges and everything. And I was handing out stickers and maple candies to the people that recognized me to, a little thank you for their support. I asked them how did they know me, either through the podcast and the TikTok. Sadly for what we're doing right now, most of them recognized me by the TikTok. But I did ask them if they knew about the podcast, so hopefully they'll go check it out. And
yes,
we get a bit more support.
The other thing,
it's fun. We love what we do.
The other thing that you were getting stressed about before we even did the panel was that you were trying to put in your contacts and you were having a hard time doing it.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, so I have contacts that are black sclera eyes with light blue eyes. So they're literally what my avatar is wearing. So I have those. But I've never worn contacts that were 22 millimeters in diameter. They're huge. They're really big. And they made my vision a bit blurry and they didn't fit perfectly. They were creasing by the tear ducts. But they were still able to stay there for a whole recording. The second recording we did, they actually held up fine, and I can now pop these back in within 15 to 20 minutes, so it's not too bad.
I will say during our first panel that I would say for me and Whiplash exclusively last year when we did our first panel, we were not the best at public speaking. But I would say there has definitely been an improvement when you and I spoke.
Oh, yeah.
We were not struggling like we used to. We didn't really have any problems with how we talk to people, or we didn't even make our answers too short or too long. I think you and I personally, from doing this for almost a year, have came a long way.
You guys did actually a fantastic job. You guys did a really good job. Like you said, not too long, not too short, very clear. We didn't use too much filler words, so that was actually really good. Was really satisfied with the episode. It should come up on our streaming platform soon. Sadly, since we got home pretty late, we were not able to post an episode last week. But hopefully this week and the upcoming weeks, we should have some footage and stuff on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
We had a slightly better audio than the previous con. I think we still got to do a bit of work on that, but it's still like much better than last year. So every year, every episode, we're improving, we're getting better, and I think that's really exciting. Like the whole process of evolving all together as a big family, it's absolutely amazing, and I'm grateful to be part of that.
Speaking of the top Ducks family, I want to personally thank Tolf, even though I know he's not back here tonight. He was a big help with equipment, and so was Stream, but Tolf had a lot of equipment. He brought his laptop. I think he brought his own camera, and he brought a tripod as well.
Wireless lavaliers too. Phone wireless lavaliers that clipped on his laptop. So that was really good. That helped us with audio.
Tolf's a good being.
Was a big surprise. Yeah, Tolf is a really good being. So give some love to him, because I feel like he doesn't get much love. He just
it's funny, like Tolf, like when I first started TikTok, he was like one of the first few people to follow me on TikTok. So I've known him for at least 2 years now.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, but also, I still had the best night. The best part of that night was just like seeing everyone out in the audience and drinking those drinks.
Yeah, it was good.
Big shout out to Arden. Shout out to Arden for giving us those drinks. And by the way, before we go any further, yes, those drinks were delicious. The thing is, though, I was actually kind of concerned about drinking these because there was cops literally like behind the doors watching us, and I'm like, oh.
Hey, it's a special episode. I mean, they can do exceptions.
We're of age. It's not like they're gonna arrest us.
That's not the problem. No. That's not the problem. You're not supposed to be doing public drinking.
There's a bar.
It's a special thing.
There's a bar.
There's a bar.
That's what I was scared.
So it comes back to the same. So there's no problem.
There was a bar with like at least 500 people around it at all times.
That's what I was concerned about, though. It's like,
they're not gonna crap. It's like if they have one there, of course you're supposed to public drink. It's not like you're supposed to just go in your room and sulk over your drink and just watch YouTube.
Yep, that's fair. God. Maybe I was nervous for no reason, but that was the case. But yes, on the subject. But on the subject of those drinks, thanks to Arden for making those.
Yes, and if you follow Arden on Twitter, he is making a video, and he's also tweeting out the recipe for each drink he's made for us. Fictions came out yesterday. Mine will be coming out soon, and so will Streams. All three of them are good.
Mine is
and so his made me absolutely buzzed though after I engulfed it down.
Yeah, you engulfed it first before everybody else finished theirs.
Oh yeah, that came hard.
Mine was the classic ArcaDad. Yours was
fictitiously grumpy.
Fictitiously grumpy. I like that. What was yours?
Fictitiously grumpy.
Mine makes sense. Mine was called Double Whiplash.
I love it.
Yeah, it makes. Yeah, you were already drunk after that one. I don't know how much you put in that drink.
It's 4 ounces of gin.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, that's 4 drinks in one. I didn't get tipsy for the whole weekend. The whole weekend, I stayed under control. I barely got tipsy. I just enjoy it. No, what is it? You're
talking about hangover, yeah?
No hangovers. So it was
you did drink
fantastic. Really love that. I drink water.
Yeah, long drink are very good. So after that we did our panel that night, and I was already buzzed, I just said screw it and went to the Pulse Bar and got 2 more drinks just to get my stuff completely done for.
I think me and Stream went back to our rooms and just crashed at that point. And we were so exhausted.
Oh my god, we went back to our room. It turned into a miniature party, and we get to have a lot of some fun, just chilling, talking. My husband had a little fun on his end. I had a little wonderful time on my end too. Yeah, I gotta say, Lord or Forte was probably the highlight of my weekend. He's such a good bean.
There we go. Yeah,
he is a good bean.
Boy.
And by the way, if you guys didn't, while these guys were partying, I had to manage them, make sure they didn't drink too much. And I was like,
well Lord,
manage me.
So here's Lord is 22, right? He handles himself really good. Like when we had stuff going on, he was on time, he was on point. He acted like a very mature, responsible adult. I gotta give it to him because at that age, usually they're like, whatever, I don't care, I'm just gonna do whatever. No, he was on time when we had stuff going on. He was there. He was very responsible. So yeah, you really impressed me.
Well, I would hope so that he's on time because composers they have to be tracking their time.
Yep.
They do.
He makes great music.
If a music composer misses time, it's very stressful for them.
I'm actually commissioning Forte to make. I'm commissioning Forte to make a sad / lo-fi / chill music background that I can use when I'm going to be doing my Dad Vice video series. So I'm looking forward to what it'll come up with. So far, I'm excited. So yeah.
Another thing that I wanted to point out while we were there. This is, I know he's not here, but we had to mention Corgicraft, who was literally across the room from us in the Hilton.
Yeah, that was funny. That was fun.
Yeah, that was so fun. Sweet. And he was trying to give me some Doritos, and I was like, hold on a minute, because you guys were getting... think of it like this, Furry's Gone Wild. Male edition.
Oh, that's the Stream Stories party. That was wild. That was crazy.
I mean,
wild.
That was me in stream.
Too much. We have to keep it safe.
Yes.
Hey, that was me in stream going.
Like, so when I went to go get the chips because they had these Dorito chips, I was like, cool.
Ketchup.
And then I made new friends, which were these transgender women. One of their name was Kiki. I forgot the other one. I know it started with an H. I just don't want to pronounce it incorrectly. So I'll try to figure that one on my own. So I met them, and I told them that you guys... And I told them... Oh, no. He's like Smeagol trying to go after the precious.
Licking the oil. No, get the off. No. Oh, sorry. He's grabbing.
I'm Canadian, though. Apologize.
He's licking a tool that has car oil all over it.
No.
Oh my God.
No. Bad jet. Bad jet.
Bye. What the? No.
Puppies are such a mess to play with or deal with.
Okay, keep going. Don't pay attention.
But yeah, while you guys were having fun, I had to go get the Doritos from Corgi because he gave me a cup full so you guys could try it. The funny part is when the new friends that I made, the Kiki and the other one, they were like, I told them what was going on, and they're like, hot, can I join? And I was like, I don't know if it's gonna happen. I had to make sure these guys are not
Get your snoot off my crotch. No, you're not getting that tool. No. Poor God, puppies, right?
Puppies are fun, but
you might want to put the wrench like on top of like a table or something that he can't reach it.
Stop!
He knows your weakness.
Second strike.
Nah, you're messing with a puppy. You're fine.
Yeah.
But yes, anyways, I met
my balls.
Damn
it. Swear to God. I wish you guys could see what I'm like. Right now, he's biting my prosthetic arm, and I'm holding his canine, so he's like pulling around. Okay, let's stay on track. You guys keep going. Ignore me. He's just gonna deal with this brat right here. He won't like me.
My balls.
Oh, God.
But anyways, we were. So I wanted to mention that I met Corgi like across the room, and we were just having a good time hanging out. I was hanging out with them while you guys were doing your own thing, and I met new friends because of it. They were fun to talk to, so I appreciate meeting them, and hopefully, get to know them better. And hopefully, and then news came up recently that Corgi did not tell me at that time, which was he he joined Top Dogs as our social media person.
Yay.
So thank you, Corky, for joining our team. That was much appreciated. I did not know you were going to do that. And
thank you, Corky.
You do a really good job already within the past few days that you've been on the team.
I mean, it's great. I'm really happy to have Corky on the team. He does know his stuff quite a lot. He's really good with social media. He understands Twitter and TikTok. So I think this is going to be... He's going to be an amazing asset for the team. He's going to be his competence are really going to benefit the team. I don't know if I'm expressing it myself right, but I'm really glad to have him. He has a bunch of ideas, stuff we want to do, so it's going to be good. Top Dogs, really excited.
He's just a good bean. He is just a very good bean.
He's already doing stuff for us in the background that we didn't even know. He does live stream when they're working on avatars and they're actually listening on the podcast on the background. I'm like, really? That's really sweet. Yeah. Thank you. I just gave him a big hug. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh. So I wanted to name something else. If as more traffic comes for us, there's going to be other projects going to be happening soon. As again, we cannot talk about those projects right now, but they will be happening soon. But with Corgi on the team, bringing in the more traffic, it's going to be easier to, announce these other projects that we're trying to do. So thank you, Corgi, for everything you do.
Yeah.
So anyways, guys, I was going to say, be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to be notified with our latest videos. It will notify you from our latest videos and our shorts. And also keep in mind that we also have a link tree that will be in the description below. It will give you links to our personal accounts, me, Stream, and Whiplash. It also gives you other links to like our Discord, our chat, and all these other things like our audio platforms. But if you don't, Whiplash is probably going to do I don't know what he's going to do, but he looks like he's trying to do I'm just going to let him say whatever he wants to say.
Look at those beans. I gotta be a creep all the time.
Okay, he's gonna avoid you. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Tastes like ass.
Awesome, you're dead. Congratulations.
Yay. Also,
I have ideas for next year.
I did want to mention.
Oh no, I gave you ideas.
I do want to mention one more thing before you start off with yours. It's been 1 year since Top Dogs has been a thing, so I wanted to announce that like during the FWA panel, but I want to announce it here since it will not be that live episode will not be probably till another time. But yes, we have surpassed 1 year as Top Dogs. So yes, Top Dogs is a year old now. It's no longer a child. It's a full-grown toddler. Yeah.
Yep.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a weird thing to say, though. Are we saying we're all toddlers? Because I like it, honestly.
Sometimes
I would say we went from newborns to toddlers, but I would say we're better toddlers.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
We're learning. This is a fun experience.
Who knows what we're going to be like in probably 4 years, but go ahead.
Yeah. So calling to all of our Top Dogs fans, you want some cool stuff? You can by subscribing to our service subscription on Discord. Become a podcast supporter today. Get exclusive raw and uncut footage of your favorite podcast episodes. Join supporter meetups and talk with other podcast supporters and the team. Plus, you get a custom-made paw emoji and other goodies that come with a $2.99 subscription. But wait, there's more. If you upgrade to the Podcast Supporter Plus, you get episode voting, supporter feedback, and live audience for only $5.99. Plus, you get sneak peek of upcoming ideas, merchandising, and more. You don't have to join these subscriptions, but it does help us out a lot. And for everybody that is being a supporter, or not even a supporter, just listening to us, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for the support, guys.
To take off for good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go on for another year and get bigger and hopefully much better than FWA. So anyways, by the way, you're getting better at that.
Yes, I know. I was on the roll, man.
Yes, you were doing pretty good. But anyways, let's continue on. Now, this is where the random encounters happen. Oh, so many things happen. We had to do I think you were just like wandering around in your fursuit. I wasn't in fursuit that much, but that's because I get hot too easily. And you can't pick picking on me, saying, I was like, why are you always taking your fursuit hot? It is hot. I hate the humidity. It sucks.
Partial. I'm from Canada in the cold. I have a full-on wetsuit.
Okay, let me tell you something right now. You might live in Quebec, but the thing is, unless you have been in me and Whiplash shoes, you get tired of the humidity over time.
I can't hate it. You need. I had to get a water cooling vest. There was no way I would get through this.
To be fair, though, as long as you take proper breaks, like getting water and going to the fursuit lounge, you should be fine. I mean, at TFF, I was not this year, but last year when they had the fursuit lounge on the very bottom floor of I can't remember the Marquise level. I fursuited for 7 hours last year in fursuit. I remember that one for sure. This year I didn't do it too much.
This year, I actually did 5 years of fursuiting, and I bought myself the comp cooler water for 5 hours of.
That's a lot of goddamn years.
That's a lot of time.
Best I could do. If we wouldn't have been on a rush and had so many things to take care of, I could have done more. But every time I had some free time to do it, I just went on the con floor, showed some presence, be on the con to meet people as much as possible, and I got myself the comp cooler water cooling vest with the hoodie.
I need that.
And it went from 30 minutes of just enduring the heat and then taking a break to 2 hours of feeling like being in an air-conditioned room and being cooled off. After 2 hours, I had to go to an ice vending machine, put some new ice. That took 5 minutes, and then I was good for another 2 hours. So totally worth it. I'm really glad I did. And I got to say, the amount of people that I met, some people I was looking up to, actually, that I wanted to see were there, and a lot of my fans actually walked up to me, and it was really great to see that what you're doing has a difference and it has a positive impact on people. To me, it's like an amazing, rewarding feeling. And there's some people that I really wanted to meet, and shout out to Axis Shepherd. He does fursuiting a lot in his TikTok videos, and he's an actually adorable person. And Fiction, I found the gift that Axis had for you, and I'm gonna ship it to Koltyn. He's gonna give it to you. You're gonna get it this week or next week, but it's a box of Scooby-Doo Scooby snacks he got just for you.
Oh my god, that is so sweet.
The box
are they the Scooby snacks?
It's gonna be here on the screen.
Are they the Scooby snacks? Are they like the graham crackers that look like a bone?
Yes, exactly. That's what they are. They're super cute. They ended up being in the bag with my fursuit head, which is the only bag I didn't check because, my fursuit head is there. There's no way I put other things. I guess I did. So I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good, but it's okay.
I'm sorry, Alex.
I have a bone to pick with you anyway, so you know.
No, yeah.
I give you some Scooby snacks.
Oh. Yeah. Should we just do that next year for like our panel? Just bring Scooby snacks for everyone to enjoy.
You want to go?
You guys are gonna have to buy it. We don't have Scooby snacks in Canada.
I have an idea.
Wow,
it's a good idea. Let's get a Top Dogs doggy bowl and put Scooby snacks in there.
That would be great. Well, we're talking about merchandising, right? We want to get more merch for next year. We want to get like stuff going on so that you guys can actually buy at the panels. Or if we have another Top Dogs party, you can buy stuff. So we have ideas for merchandising we want to do for you guys to, put out there.
You know what? It's a great idea because I was like, Koltyn has a doggy bowl. Let's make a Top Dogs doggy bowl.
Why am I not surprised he has a doggy bowl?
I have 2 doggy bowls of Fur Fright, but the label kind of washed off, sadly.
Well, if we're gonna make doggy bowls, I think that's something we'll discuss later. But merch. Yeah. Merch. Merch is not a thing right now, so don't be asking if we have merch yet.
No, we don't. We have zero, nothing. Don't ask questions, okay? But we have plans for things, but we still got to get our logo done and a few things. But I'm really excited for it.
Top Dog cereal bowl.
A Top Dog cereal bowl?
I'd use it.
Jesus.
Or a coffee mug. I'll use that too.
Coffee mugs are good too.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yes, that's a good one.
I drink coffee literally every day.
We can discuss merch later, though. That's fine. But right now, it's just that we're talking about our experiences there. So I met Craig. You met Craig. He was so adorable.
such a sweetheart. So we had Craig as an interviewed on the wow. He was one of our guests on the show, and I actually met him in real life. Absolute gem of a person. So sweet, so caring, so humble too as well. And I was really happy to meet my friend Kortreg. And the fun thing about Kortreg is he does sometimes. So he's the other one that can get me kind of flustered or kind of like giggly. I would say giggly actually would be more accurate.
You were very giggly.
And sometimes, yeah. So sometimes the thing he does to me, sometimes he kind of licks me in VR chat, and it actually like freaks me out. So I was like, okay, so I'm gonna meet in real life. I wonder if it works in real life too. I found out the hard way that it does. So I was running away from him every time he would
run
to me.
Run.
I was like, Carter, like behave, and then who's your good boy? I was like,
cease to assist. Cease.
Yeah, it was great. That was another of my highlights for that week.
He couldn't resist.
One thing about cons. There are one thing about cons I will say. You go there, never go to a convention with plans or expectations, because you never know if you'll meet them or actually get them, because there's so much to do, especially at FWA. Like, I had plans and one went through. Besides our panels and such.
Lucky. So I had plans, all of them happened, and I didn't feel overwhelmed doing it. So really happy about it.
So I will say this. I know really? I want to clarify something real quick. So I made a mistake, and I did everything like the panel. I did our AD panel, I believe. I did another recording, which we'll talk about later, and then we had to do a collaboration with. When we went to your room, Poplays. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. We did a collaboration with them. Remember? Tell
you, your husband were in fursuit.
Oh yes. Okay.
So my God,
that's the second time in a row. so we did play. We did a collaboration. We did a collab episode. Yes.
But let me go with this. I'll say this. We had to play that 2 truth and 1 lie. We'll get to that for a moment. But after that collaboration was over, I immediately went to bed. And that was a mistake. So, because one, I think in a couple of hours that we had a Top Dogs party that I had to go to, I did not show up for it. And I'll explain that. I left my fursuit. I left my fursuit head there in his room, because that's where the party was going to be. And I was actually kind of happy, I did, because at least in some part, I guess, I was there. Yeah. But what happened was, in context to a lot of people who were wondering why I wasn't there, because I was getting tagged on Twitter. It's like, where the hell are you? And I was like, I did not follow the 6-2-1 rule. I only ate once and only got 2 hours of sleep. So I was gone. I was.
Sakura was like,
how dare you?
What the hell? Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sakura. Don't be upset with.
I deviated a tiny bit. One night I got 5.5 hours of sleep, and another day I got 1.5 meal. But other than that, I followed the 6-2-1 rule. Really.
And so yes, I did not wake up until like maybe 3 a.m. Still knocked out. Not waking up, period. Just because I didn't eat, nor did I sleep. So I was not okay mentally, because I did need to sleep. And hell, it didn't even help that my heels were hurting. And I just didn't want to get up.
That's why you need to get good shoes. And a good amount.
My sneakers are good shoes.
I don't think I really ate that well the entire time I was there. I had like maybe small meals, like very small meals throughout the day. And because I was trying to like meet up with people, go to the gym, do my thing there, try to partial, try to full suit, try to meet our panels, try to come to the parties, try to do the collaboration that we did. There was so much.
I do gotta say though, that was the only thing I missed, and I hate that I did miss that, because I think it would have been better that if I was there. Now, after that, I would say this is when the random encounters happened. Like, we were done with our second panel. I was with after the second panel. We'll go back to that in just a moment. me, Whiplash, and Stream didn't go, but we did go to Andreas's drag queen show, and thank you for Andreas for giving us a shout out. Twice.
I wish I was there. I wish I was there at Andrea's show, but sadly we had a party going on, and I was the one. It was happening in my room. My lovely husband gave me a hand to be there when I had to go, but I really wanted to go to the drag queen show. I love drag queens. They're hilarious. They're talented, and I want to encourage them as much as possible. But I just couldn't be there. The drag queen show. When was it? It was on Saturday.
Saturday, right after our panel.
Saturday.
Yeah, literally
so
right after
was
our
the
panel.
Streams Toys party, and I couldn't be there. Like the party started at 9 o'clock, so I should have.
The problem was
later.
It's not really anybody's fault because of the timing. Because technically, FWA took their sweet ass time trying to give us the time.
To be fair, there's not many people working on schedules. There's only 2 or 3 people working on the schedules for the entirety, and they're going through a lot, especially how many people are coming and wanting to do panels. And we had our 2, and then Andreas had his. Which Andreas, you should go next year if you can. Like Andreas is definitely going to be going back because they want him again.
Really bad. I'm sorry.
The staff wants someone to do another one.
To be there.
Yeah, it's fine. Last year I was.
If I can, I'll be there for sure.
Hey,
but we
you're
did.
Fine. Last year
we did
I was
get
drunk off my
shout-outs.
ass.
We did get shout outs from Andreas saying that Top Dogs is in the building, so that was nice. And you know, because I thought it was like me and Whiplash, it was okay for us just to walk up on their stage and hand them like a water bottle or, you know, him. And Andreas wanted some of the members from Top Dogs to be a part of this thing they were doing for the drag queen show, which it was Whiplash. So he did it. Yeah. It was great.
You weren't going to do it.
Hell no, I was not going to do it. But I think we got comfortable to a point where we didn't really mind helping out the Andreas and input on the stage, which we did.
Hey,
that was kind of
very
cool.
Good though. Honestly,
I feel like not a lot of people could have got away with that. Honestly, what we were doing.
Oh no, well it's because Andreas is our best buddy, that's for sure. Especially my best friend. But go to best buns. Sorry. I got those.
As you were saying.
Oh, but yeah, next year if you guys do go FWA, highly recommend going to it. Now, just in case if someone who is a minor does go, you can't go to it since it is an 18+ panel. But to be fair, it's a good thing it's the 18+ panel because it's funny.
Oh yeah,
well, at least
so
in my
no
eyes.
Censorship, so it's direct, so you don't have to censor anything. It's
just like our AD panel.
Yeah, RD panel. The questions were a bit more wholesome than planned. It was Kid that worked on the question, but like it was our first time doing it. And then I think it was Justin who has started like, "What's your favorite position?" We'll stop there. We're not going to answer this, but the question started to be a bit more spicy.
So this is what this is what Koltyn predicted. So this is what Koltyn predicted. Because he did something that was very similar to an AD panel. No, everybody was kind of being too wholesome for an AD panel until Koltyn started asking questions that are not so wholesome. And then, and I was like, it's going to happen to us. And then he predicted, it's like, until somebody started asking those dirty questions, that's when everybody else starts asking those dirty questions.
Yeah.
That's what ended up what happened. I was like, yeah, this is what Koltyn was saying. This is the juicy stuff that I wanted to see.
Someone was gonna ask, like, I can't remember who it was that was gonna ask us, but someone's gonna ask us, like, how big we all are.
I'm not gonna answer that question.
Did they ask us that? I don't remember.
I don't remember that question.
This here. This is
someone was going to.
So we have to. Yeah, probably.
But no, I don't want to talk about. I don't remember that question, cool. Even if it was asked.
Twinkies. That's how long. They were asking about our Twinkies. How much filling it has.
Question is.
What?
Exactly. Asking about our Twinkies and how much filling it has.
Twinkies.
He's a snowball.
I mean, yes.
He's a snowball. I think you and I are Twinkies. You never had a hostess snowball?
We don't have those in Canada. You guys keep forgetting I'm from not even the same country as you.
That's why I was asking you questions.
Publix the other day. I'm like, what the fuck is Publix? Damn it, I did 3 times. All right.
No, you're good. Publix is the best place to go to get pups. Get a submarine sandwich.
Yeah, I swore 3 times. That was my bad.
Well, 2 of them was because of Jet, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, my balls.
Some were caused by Jet. I had exterior triggers. But yeah.
My balls.
But look,
so balls.
The AD panel was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, when we were recording it, something was wrong with what was going on with the recording? Something just kind of messed up.
Camera. So
yes,
the camera was recording at too much of a high resolution, and it was overheating every 30 minutes.
Ooh. So unfortunately,
I think it was like in 4K when 1080p would have been fine. So
1080p.
So
by the way, just because it's the best resolution doesn't mean that it's better quality.
No, true. It's all the matter of lens, actually. The lens is really important. And proper lighting. If you know anything about cinematography and photography, you should know that. But,
Exactly.
But I gotta say, like... Okay, time 1 minute warming. So, one thing I gotta say... Oh, wait, what was I wanted to say?
Come on, Himbo.
Okay, so advices for considering going to Furry Weekend Atlanta. Honestly, if you can spend the extra money, the corner rooms are absolutely fantastic. They have their own private hotel elevator to get to them. So if you don't want to deal with Elevator Con next year, I highly recommend you take one of those more private rooms where they have their own dedicated elevators. It's going to sell you a bunch of time. And a bit like Whiplash Shed, getting there a day early, yes, it might be one night more expensive out of the discount of the con, but you're going to save so much time on getting your registration done, getting your entry ticket for the con itself, and just dealing with luggage and everything. You'll have just a bigger amount of time to eat and enjoy the con. So definitely go with that.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Another thing I wanted to do is probably our random encounters, which were kind of funny. I was hanging out with Andreas after the AD panel, like after I fell asleep and woke up. And I was like, you know what? I can't go to sleep, so I'm going to go wander around. And then I ran into Andreas. I was in the smoking area. And and we were just hanging out for a bit, and then we're like, you know what? Let's go bully Whiplash with his friend. So...
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to, and then we realized how sleepy you were. And he told me he knew you were awake because you don't cuddle when you're awake.
I guess.
Yeah, that's what he said to me. And
is it a statement
like,
or a question?
No, that's a statement. So yeah, he said when you cuddle, you're always awake. But and I was like, you know what? I asked Andreas, I'm hungry. Can I have some of your pizza? And I ate a couple of.
There's 2 things that happened that I think it's really funny and is worth sharing. So at one point when Fiction was we were having the Top Dogs room party and he wasn't there. He asked me, "My head is in your room. Can you protect it with your life?" I'm like, "Sure, I'll protect it with my life until my life is threatened. Then you're on your own." And I just like hung up the phone. Another fun thing is the last day we actually fursuited and we took pictures all the team together. But instead of being in VRChat, we were at the con in fursuit, which turned out absolutely amazing. Thank you, Kit, for the amazing pictures. But at the end, Fiction was like, "Hey, you want to go back to my room and just like chill and hang out before we have to do this thing?" So I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And so we were both like walking with our fursuit heads on, and I'm like, "You know what? I'm gonna do something." So I reach out to grab like his hand so we can hold hands together, and he went like, "What the hell are you doing, boy?" And like his southerner accent got out like super quickly, and he like super reacted. I was like, "Oh, that was funny."
Yeah, that happened. I was like, why is this dude trying to hold my hand? I feel like the straight side came out.
Together. Just the Top Dogs just walking, holding hands, like, just being happy doggos.
You know, it'd be funnier if we were holding Whiplash's hand and we were like, we could pretend that we're going to see the Wizard of Oz.
He probably would have done it and just laughed with me, but you were like, no, what the hell are you doing? You guys are way too gay for me. Or something.
I would have done it. I would have 100% done it.
Yeah, it would have been funny.
I would have been okay if Whiplash was a part of it, then yes, I would have done it.
Okay, so next year, Whiplash, we go on each other's side, and at the same time, we grab his hand.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Exactly. Now, which one of us is the lioness, and who's the robot, and who's the scarecrow?
Yeah. I would probably be a robot.
You mean Tin Man?
Yeah. Well, Tin Man is a robot, so technically.
Oh, one more thing before the episode ends. You guys remember the confetti mishaps that happened a few times on the episode? Well, I want that to happen. I want to make a prop for it for next year at FWA. I have an idea of something I'll put together, a little gadget. So I think that's gonna be my next year.
Yeah, we might be able to have
a new fursuit head. I need a new fursuit head. That's one thing I realized. My head is very old. It's 13 years old, and my dog bit through part of it. Actually, destroyed part of one of the right cheeks. So yeah, I'm bad about it. But it's okay. I'll work on a new head.
Yeah, it's another time. But anything else you want besides the other random encounters? Yeah, Andreas was fun to hang around with. What he was. And we were just bothering you, me and Input, and then me and Andreas and Input decided to go hang out in the Hilton room where the those couches are, and we just watched TikToks there until like 6 a.m. Oh yeah, it was so fun. And then they were like, Input was like, I want to go smoke outside. I was like, okay, let's go. And then Input was actually, hanging out with him for the first time, not really getting to know him better from last year. It was quite an experience. I was like, this is just another Andreas 2.0.
First strike.
He is his Andreas 2.0. That's why I guess all three of us were together.
Oh, another quick thing. So what did you guys think of my husband when you met him?
I would say very sweet. He was getting on your ass though.
Well, I broke his fursuit on our way to the con, so he had no fursuit, so totally understandable. Hey, Jet. But yeah, I'm happy you guys liked him. He really liked you too. He didn't know what to expect, and he was like, "Wow, your team is actually really cool."
Yeah, and another thing is that there will be a picture later because I did send out a picture to our Telegram team, our Telegram for where the team hangs out sometimes. It was a picture of us like eating Korean barbecue, so that was good. And we were joking. I think I was joking about. I was like, eventually, we're probably gonna take over more than just that whole row table. Probably gonna take her maybe 2 or 3, because who knows? We might have a bigger team within this year again.
Yep.
Who knows? But in the meantime, we have the team what we have. We took over the whole table, and definitely if more people do show up, it's going to be more than just, one table being taken over. We're going to have to plan that one, and there's a whole, 20 people coming.
Oh, yeah.
We're definitely looking for some team members. If you have decent video editing skill for TikTok, we do want to release at least, 3 to 6 videos a week. And actor Lewis does an amazing job, but I really don't want to burn him out. So if you guys, if you have pretty good editing skills for TikTok, you could join the editing team. That would be really appreciated. We do have a sign-up form in our link tree down below if you guys are interested in joining the team. You'll go through an interview and an onboarding process, and we'll see from there.
Another thing that I wanted to shout out is that I feel like, Sakura does a really great job, but I think it would be great that she has another videographer on the side just in case if she is not available. So if you guys want to be a videographer for Top Dogs and film us, come sign up for it, because I think probably having maybe 1 or 2 just in case would not be bad for her, and plus she can teach you guys how the film is done and get things done right. If you make mistakes, she'll help you fix it. Don't worry, everybody's makes mistakes the first time, so she'll test you to make sure you don't do it. I'm not pointing out that. Yeah, it's a learning experience. So she'll help you and eventually, help you out with that. There's also, we also want to build our social media team as well. Corgi does a good job, but I do not want to burn him out.
Nope. Because he already got his own social. He has his Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok going on, so we don't want to burn him out either. Because again, this is all volunteering work for now. Eventually, we might be able to get to so for now.
For now. But anyways, guys, that concludes today's episode. We'll see you guys next week on an episode, and we're getting right back into it. So see you guys on Top Dogs episode next week. Goodbye.
Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
Thanks for your support. Good night. Sleep
And that's
well.
a wrap. That's a wrap.
All right. Let's take a picture real quick because I gotta do something.
For the wet app.
Okay, picture time.
Picture time.
Everyone get in front. Everyone get in front. The bottom's in front.
The bottom's in front.
Oh, bottom's in front now? Do I have to stand
Yeah,
up?
bottom's in front. Yep.
Yeah,
Wait,
you do.
hold on.
Stand up.
Get
I want
your
all the
butt on
bottoms
the
in
floor.
front.
But
I know
my
you do.
beanbag!
Man,
Put my
don't
beanbag!
put those cheeks in her face.
Okay,
The Wolfman avatar really attractive.
I'm dying.
Do you have throat problems too?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Wait, am
I
I?
don't.
I don't either.
I'm not.
Which is weird.
Do I need to recalibrate? Hold on. What
Oh.
the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Vortex.
Yeah, they're gonna have to
You're
do a
still-
lot of editing from you, bitch.
Well, I know I'm
Oh,
floating.
Lordy.
That's not a problem. I can just scoot in right here.
Yeah, that's actually really good right there. You just stay right
Yeah.
there. Perfect. Perfect. Everyone pose.
Get a bit closer.
Everyone pose.